Hello everybody, this is Itsu again. Thanks for your response on the first replication attempt. I got some advice to get rid of the LED because it's consuming power, so I will remove the LED from the equation and I will change my 350 volt GDT and will replace it by a FL starter circuit. I will remove the suppression cap and use only the starter, which supposedly will fire at 196 volts instead of the 350 volt I'm now using. The little circuit will be this without all the wires. I have a green ground wire hooked up. It's hooked up to a ring I have here in my shack, and it goes to the plumbing system. I know it's 2 stories up. I'm here at the attic, so I'm not sure if the ground is really a good ground, but it should be connected to solid ground somewhere. So that's the thing I will try, and still using the 2 batteries I started yesterday with. Okay, what did I do? Well, this is basically the same circuit. The buck zapper transformer, 2N222A, 1K resistor there. I have the AV plug at one side of the output and the other side goes to my ground all the way to. But again, I'm not sure if it's a good ground. It's tied to my water plumbing, so it should be okay. I have inserted a 684 nanofarad capacitor at the AV plug, and I have put here my FL starter before it goes to this step down transformer to 230 volt, 9 volt. And this goes back to the boat AA. What I see is that my starter is flashing sometimes, but normally only when I touch the transformer. You can see it blink. It's irregular. Once every second. The same behavior I had with the GDT yesterday, the 350 volt GDT. So somehow I think that this capacitor is too big. I have hooked up my voltmeter again, and you can see it's about 170 volt. When I touch the transformer now, you can see it's kind of pulsing. So I think the FL starter will fire around this value 190, like you said. But I have to touch the transformer for a nice rate of flashing. So it makes you wonder if my ground is okay. I again have my meter hooked up also across the batteries. I started with 2.50 volts. The same batteries I used yesterday, so they came back a little bit. And now they are at 249. I removed the LED, was another suggestion, so I only have now running this circuit, the top circuit, like it's there. My probe picks up this signal. It's laying loose there, so there is some HF running. It's about 24 kilohertz, almost 25 kilohertz. So well, this is basically the thing. I have to touch this to get this thing fired, but I don't think that should be. So I will now to change the output of the buck zapper transformer, swap over the leads. So if there is a difference there, I could swap them over and see what's happening then. Okay, I'm back. I swapped over the buck zapper output. The AV plug is now at the bottom and the ground at the top. And you can see that the starter is flashing more frequently now. And even more when I touch the transformer. But this is only seconds work, once every second, so it's way too low, I guess. Frequency is maintained at around this voltage on the cap. I hooked up my probe to the output of the step down, and this is something, the screen I see here. There's some residual RF coming from the blocking oscillator, but the pulse we see, I do not see any pulses coming from this transformer, so it's no use to feed it back because there's nothing there. I can crank up the resolution, and this is a very small 1 point something signal from the oscillator, but when it pulses I do not see any pulse back, so I'm not sure if this FL starter is doing its job, because I do not see any output on the step down. Okay, I try to do some other things to see if I can make it work. Okay, I tried several AV plug caps. I started with 680. I tried 320 and 220 nanofarad, and each time the frequency of the firing of the starter increases, but it does not show anything on the output on the transformer. So I'm back to the one I used yesterday, the 6 nanofarad one, and now I see a constant glow on the starter. It's like I had yesterday with the 350 volt GDT. The voltage is steady at 170 volt, but I still have no output on the no peaks on the battery yet, just the battery voltage. I have hooked up the red probe across the output, but there is nothing which shows any activity for the time being. Voltage is going down now within the last half an hour from 250 to 247 volts. So there's not much difference with yesterday, although I removed the LED and I removed the GDT. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, welcome back. One suggestion from Janost was to remove one battery and go over to only one AA battery, which I did. I have now the 1.22 volts, and I had to remove the return lead from so I cross out the both batteries in the return which are only there for voltage drop across Janost. So I removed those batteries and in principle. And now when I scope the output of the transformer, you can see that the TL starter is firing. Still I have this 6 nanofarad cap there. And the output is now something like this on the step down transformer. I have a 6 volt peak to peak wave now there without being connected to anything. So I will now make the connection to the battery. And then you can see the voltage is gone. Just the 1.2 volts from the battery. I will leave it run for a while and see what's happening if this stays steady. I have 163 volt over there. I have this TL starter nicely glowing. So I will leave it this way for a while and see if there's any change in this battery. I have no load other than running itself, so no LEDs or something else. So I'll be watching this for a few hours now. Okay, so after half an hour the voltage was dropped till 1.21 volt. So I changed my 6 nanofarad capacitor back to the 600 capacitor again. And you can see that the FL starter is flashing constantly. But even that, after half an hour the voltage even dropped to 1.20 now. So I don't think this will work like it should be noticed by Janost. I will leave it run for a couple of hours and see what the voltage is doing. And meanwhile I will wait for my 220 volt GDTs to arrive to see if that's going to be any better. Okay, thank you for watching.